Hey, welcome back to A-Aron Reacts. And guys, I was blown away by Asaf Avidan the first time I did him. And I've got to do it again. I've gotten so many follow-up requests for multiple things, but specifically this one, In a Box 3, 900 Days was highly requested. And I got a Buy Me a Coffee from Orly that said, thank you for the brilliant reaction to Asaf Avidan's Her Lies in a Box 2. What makes Asaf unique is that he doesn't see genres as a necessity. He chooses whatever he needs to convey an emotion rather than being confined by labels. Here is my request, and it's this In a Box 3, 900 Days. In a Box Series 2, 3, In a Box is recorded live. Live means no editing, no re-recording, no auto-tuning. All songs are written, composed, and produced by Asaf Avidan. If you haven't seen Asaf's Rock of Lazarus, let me know, and I'll send that real quick. Okay, so we'll look at that one next, but let's dive right in to In a Box 3, 900 Days. Let's go. Okay, first of all, sorry, I know I stopped right away, but I likely won't remember this one. And I'm actually trying to, these days, take a little bit less notes because I'm finding that controlling the video with my keyboard makes it so much easier. And when I take notes, I have to switch the focus back and it's a pain. So I'm trying to do that. And I know it's a balance between the amount of pauses and so forth. I'm getting better with time, I promise. But you know, it's all a learning process and growth, right? So, nevertheless, I wanted to comment before I lose it that I noticed he has one shoe on and one sock on. Well, obviously a sock on the other one as well, but only one shoe on. And I'm assuming that that gives him a little bit more control with the pedals. Ooh.
Now 100 days turning to dust, and now 100 kisses I'll drive in a rust. Now 100 doctors, nobody heard.
Ooh, whoa. That flip. Oh man, so 900 days, I mean, that's, you know, shy of 3 years, maybe 2.5 years, right? So, I don't know specifically what it means, but, you know, he's telling different stories about 900 days, so I think we'll learn.
Nobody heard. Now 100 stitches just for 7 above. She danced along the road I had drawn with blood on my troubles. I gave her all, and I gave them all. I thought I had
No, you didn't.
Now 100 days.
Oh my gosh, that tone.
Now 100 days. To try to forget. There are 900 kisses to live to regret. Everyone knows.
Ooh, that was a transition.
That everything grows back to the ground. Everywhere grows what everyone sows. Look what I found.
Beautiful.
No more can you hear me calling. No more can you see me crawling. I know you know what my feet are. No more can you hear me calling. No more can you see me crawling. I know you know what my feet are. No more can you hear me calling. No more can you see me crawling. I know you know what my feet are. No more can you hear me calling. No more can you see me crawling. I know you know what my feet are. No more can you hear me calling. No more can you see me crawling. I know you know what my feet are. No more can you hear me calling. No more can you see me crawling. I know you know what my feet are. When the rain comes, hear me. You be my shadow. See me. I'll be what my rain comes, hear me. You be my shadow. See me. I'll be you be my shadow. See me. I'll be what my rain comes, hear me. You be my shadow. I'll be what my rain comes, hear me. You be my shadow. See me. I'll be what my when the rain comes, you be my shadow. I'll be when rain comes.
Oh,
You be my shadow. I'll be
oh my goodness. This guy is special. I mean, seriously. What did we just witness? You know, at first I was literally thinking to myself, because we heard some of the same kind of screaming as before, that he must be influenced by folks like Axl Rose. But we heard like 100 different voices in the same song. Like, he's able to do whatever the heck he needs. And the looping and the piano and then the lyrics. Right? I got so overwhelmed when I reacted to him, I didn't even talk about the lyrics, which if you followed me at all, you know that actually almost always do talk about them. There are some times I don't, but generally speaking, I don't think I even spoke one word of them because I was just so memorized last time. So you might have seen my eyes wandering a little bit because I was looking a little bit at the lyrics here, trying to digest them, because I think it's not necessarily so intuitive. I mean, when you study them, sure, but like as it's being sung and so forth, it took a little bit of understanding. And so, okay, yeah, I mean, I think the 900 Days it's a very specific time. And he talks about 900 days over and over again. It's the name of the song. And to me, it's a period of time that was, prolonged struggle that likely, to me, it's implying it's like a relationship, right? He's with someone. And I think he mentions her and female. So, a woman. Sorry, I'm going back and forth between some of the notes I wrote in the lyrics, just so I can make some sense of it. But, he's talking about crawl versus, walk and these types of things, right? So I think this is kind of the, weakness, dependent, struggle. That's the crawling, right? The walking is, strength, independence, progress, moving forward at a more rapid pace. Crawling is you're kind of stuck and isolated, things of that effect. So I feel like that's a little bit metaphorical. We saw some nature and growth references and symbolism, sowing, growing, returning to the ground. 900 days turned into dust. 900 days, kisses all dried into rust. 900 days, doctors, but nobody heard of 900 days, stitches just saving a bird, right? So, when he talked about doctor, I actually was thinking that it was something medical. And it might well be. I'm not convinced of exactly what he's referring to because he makes some reference to that in the struggle, but it could also be like mental health and mental doctors. So it's not entirely clear to me, but he does imply like sacrifice and betrayal. And so to me, makes it feel more like a relationship where he says, she danced along the road I had drawn with blood of my trust, right? So it's like gave everything. Gave all of it, the blood of my trust. I gave her all, then I gave her more. I thought I had lost. Yeah, and so, and then, this hope and connection of when the rain comes, you'll be my shadow. I'll be your ark, right? Like Noah's ark and so forth. I'll be your ark. It's just, it is, it's not like the lyrics are crazy complicated. To be honest, I don't want to spend any more time on them because I think that I've said enough and I think it's the gist. I think there's a lot of metaphors in there. It's not overly complex, but it leaves enough to interpretation, enough artistic choice, from him. But the way that he sings it, portrays these, just gives it whole new dimensions as he goes through it. Really. Okay, so just want to take a super quick musical analysis to this. And it's going to be quick. I'm actually changing up my office and stuff, so I don't have my keyboard hooked up. So I actually went and tapped out a couple things on there in another room, and that's it. So this is not going to be any kind of deep analysis. But in general, first of all, this is in 3. We hear the da, right? It is in a minor, which kind of gives it that dark, melancholic type of feel. But what's interesting is he switches over to a major feel in that kind of B section, call it the bridge section, where, you hear, I think she danced along the road I had drawn, and then everyone knows that everything goes. I believe it's those sections, if I'm not mistaken, where he switches over to major feel and it changes it up. It's very different transitionally. And it has sort of a bluesy type of feel, but it's not quite a blues progression, right? So he goes from the 1 to the 4, which is kind of the beginnings of a blues. So it has that feel, but in minor. So it's got an interesting, albeit somewhat simplistic chord progression, but really nice feel, especially in 3. And, I love how he not only creates a nice, cool beat initially with his looping, but then he adds in a little piano playing and adds that to the mix with his beat and then just kind of plays on top of it vocally. And I love how comfortable he gets. I saw this in the first one I did as well, where once he gets enough of the looping and the rhythmic there and he's just singing, he gets super comfortable. At one point, he's kind of like sitting up in his stool, kind of looking down and just chilling type of thing as he's just belting. This guy is just on another level. Honestly, he really is on another level. I can't wait to do more. Thank you very much for the recommendation. This was a lot of fun. I think I'll leave it there. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. Also, there's a join now button on the channel from YouTube, so consider joining us, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you much.